Hey friends, in this video, I'll show you 5 steps to connect Clay to AI assistants and AI projects in just a matter of minutes by copying and pasting this exact template that I'm giving away underneath this video. So this Clay table link will be linked right underneath. Now, if you're not familiar with AI assistants and AI projects, in very simple terms, what this will enable us is to be able to call an AI assistant that's trained on one specific purpose, for example, that's trained on company information. So if I give you an example here, I have this Google Doc, which has 2 FAQs for my course, which is called Unlock Clay. And in simple terms, what we're able to do is call on this assistant and ask it, for example, what is Unlock Clay, right? And we could be actually doing this directly from Clay so that we don't need to every single time go back to the assistant. And over here, straight away, you will give us this exact response. We will give it to us inside of Clay. So essentially, the way that we go about setting this up is, first of all, we would need to have an assistant created inside of OpenAI platform. So the way you'll do that is you'll click on Playground, you will go under wherever the assistants are, and I think it's over here. And over here, if you have a look, all you need to do is click on Create Assistant. At that moment in time, you just need to upload a couple of files. So you can click File Search, you can upload a file. So in this case, I'm just going to upload this file here. So let me just do that quickly. And let's just click on Files. I'm going to drag and drop the file. And I'm going to quickly just train it and say, you are an assistant answering questions about Unlock Clay. At that moment in time, all we need to do is just make sure, test it out, just like I tested it out just now. So once again, you just give it Unlock Clay to test. And then we say, what is Unlock Clay, right? So let's just quickly run it to make sure that it works. I think it should be absolutely fine. So let's just give it a second. And there we are. It gives us a great answer. Now that we know that this AI assistant works inside of the default projects inside of ChatGPT, inside of OpenAI, all we need to do is just go inside of the template, which is linked right underneath wherever you're watching this. At that moment in time, you need to click on Create Workbook using Template. And you would select your workspace. Time you just click on Create Workbook. This will automatically copy and paste all of this stuff that I've basically done for you before. The way this will work in very simple terms is you would need to add a prompt over here, and then you would also need to add the same prompt over here as well. So in this case, let's just test it out and say, what is Unlock Clay? And let's just run. Let's run and see what happens. So in the meantime, you should see that it loads. You can see over here when it gives you the status of 200, that means that it runs. And in super simple terms, because there is no direct integration just yet for AI assistants inside of Clay, what we've done first of all is we created a thread. Then after that, we passed a message to the thread. We only after that ran the agent. And also on the back of all of that, we then need to re-trigger this prompt in order for that to run effectively. So in super simple terms, as I mentioned already, we need to copy and paste the prompt here. So we've done that. And we need to re-add the prompt here as well. So we'll copy and paste again. And at that moment in time, we just need to click on this play button, and that should trigger the rest of the columns to run. After you trigger this final, the second prompt, what that should do is in step 5, where you basically just ask this prompt once again. If you click on that, and if you click on data, you will eventually stumble across the answer to the question that you asked. So in this case, I think it's in this content 0 text, what is Unlock Clay? And either way, I already just put it here. So it would be one of these data points here. And you can see over here, the value of the reply was that Unlock Clay is described as the most complete Clay course on the market. Huge if true, right? So we'll call this answer, and we'll create the column. So in super simple terms, in order for you to be able to replicate this entire workflow step by step, what you need to do is copy and paste this into your existing workspace. At the very bottom of each one of the steps, so each one of those HTTP enrichments, at the very bottom, all you need to do is just generate your own API key. And once again, I'm going to be deleting this API key. Don't you worry about it. So you can't just use a bunch of my credits. And all you need to do is inside of your OpenAI platform, you'll go into the API key section. You'll click on Create New Secret Key. You'll call it test 3 or whatever. And then you'll create the secret API key. You'll make sure to copy and paste it into your workspace. So in this case, where are we? Over here. You just basically, at the bottom of every enrichment, you just need to copy and paste it here. And make sure that before that, it says bearer. If it doesn't say that, then this would not work. So make sure you get that right. And at the same time, that's basically that. The rest, you just leave the same as it was before. And what that would enable you is if you edit the API key on underneath every single section, this should run completely smoothly without any other input needed from your side. And in simple terms, aside from that, I think and then in step number 3, when you run the agent, all you would need to do is replace the body where it says assistant ID, replace this assistant, so this code here, replace it with the number of your assistant. And the way that you would do that is inside of your playground in OpenAI. If we just go back to that really quickly, if we go to the playground, you should be able to see in the assistants, each assistant has like a 16-digit code underneath it around that. So all you need to do is just copy and paste that assistant code. And basically over here, you just copy and paste the assistant code, and voila, at that moment in time, it will connect to this assistant. So we already then are able to basically call this specific assistant. So in a nutshell, this is how you would go about connecting it. Underneath the video right now, all you need to do is just opt into the guide, which will give you this exact clay table template. And all you would need to do is just add your API keys and add your assistant. Oops, this thing almost fell. And in a nutshell, if you have any questions in the meantime, do let me know. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and a huge shout out to Camille, who helped me figure this out because I was stuck on step 5 for a good half an hour, and he absolutely rescued me with this one. So shout out to Camille, who also works at B2B Boosted now. So I hope this helps. Good luck connecting to AI assistants and AI projects. And of course, if you've watched this far, if you're not a part of Unlock Clay, then do consider joining Unlock Clay, because it's the most complete clay course out there. From what I believe, there is nothing like it on the market just yet. And it's a killer offer. It only costs £100. So no pressure to join, but if you do want to upskill yourself and get really, really good at clay, be inside of a community of a lot of people that talk about all sorts of integrations and ways to save money inside of clay, and by all means, just join us. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later. Cheers.